She's the mom from Brooklyn that all of New York is talking about.
JoAnn tells it like it is.
She's thinking what I'm thinking.
And now JoAnn is going to answer your questions the way only she can.
Dear JoAnn, my husband tells me the littlest things annoy me. What annoys you? Well, let me start off with telemarketers. They should actually be auctioneers. They talk so fast that before it hits your brain, after it hits your ear, you're telling the guy yes. And then he's hitting you off with all these crazy things. It's going to be a 2-minute survey. He's got you on the phone for an hour and a half. Next thing you know, he's taking me out for a beer. Here's some advice when a telemarketer calls you. Give it right back to him. You start asking him questions. Well, I want to know, when my phone rings, should I answer it? You should ask him all different kind of questions. My husband got mad at me today. I want to ask your advice. And you'll see he'll hang up on you. The next thing on my list are grocery scanners. I make it my point not to scan my groceries. I call somebody over with 2 arms, 2 legs, a face, a mouth, and hands, and I tell them I want a human scanning my groceries. I want people to get Social Security. I want them to get benefits. I want people to have jobs. Hire human beings, and I'll come to your store. I don't deal with robots. This ain't the Jetsons. The next thing on my list that annoys me is cable TV. One day I called them up because I was having trouble with my box. So I get this guy on the phone. I said, my cable's out. Can you send a guy and help me? He goes, well, we'll run a test. I said, okay, when are you coming? He goes, no, you're going to run the test. I'm going to run the test. Since when do I work for the cable company? How do I run a test? So he gets me behind my box, and he's telling me, push this button, push that button. He goes, well, ma'am, I hate to tell you, but you have an old box. I was shocked. My box is old. I beg to differ with you. My husband never thought my box was old. He knows where every plug goes, where the input box is. He never complained. Now I got this guy from another state or another country telling me I got an old box. The next thing on my list that annoys me is the cost of groceries. If I had known 30 years ago that the price of milk would have gone up astronomically, I would have kept lactating to feed my family, because I can't depend on a cow's milk anymore because it costs too much. Mine would be free. I'd give it away. Anybody who needs a little extra milk for nothing, come to me and I'll give you a bottle of milk. Another thing that annoys me is people on cell phones while they're driving. Leave your phone. It's not that important to be talking to somebody because they wanted to tell you that they bought a new pocketbook. Who gives a shit? They can tell you when you get home that they bought a new bag or a new pair of shoes. It's so important. You got to kill 10 people to find out your friend bought a pocketbook. The last thing on my list that annoys me is Gizmo. I've never met anyone or anything that spitefully. He's a spiteful. He could have just went outside and took the biggest dump, and if he comes in the house and he's mad about something, he'll crap wherever he feels like. I think he keeps excess in him to annoy the out of me. The worst thing about is when he pisses. But I wouldn't change a thing about you, Gizmo. You're the best. You're a pissing, eating machine. Keep those questions coming. Remember, if you have a question, post it in the box below. Below my box, you put the question and I'll come to you with an answer.